The nation's largest school district is warning parents that students may be sent back to remote learning. And for the first time during the pandemic, the West Coast is issuing a travel advisory recommending 14-day quarantines for interstate and international travel. All of this as President-elect Biden's transition team prepares his administration's COVID response plan. Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
Growing urgency across the country as new coronavirus cases reach levels never before seen. On Thursday alone, a single-day record. Johns Hopkins University reporting more than 150,000 new infections. And for the first time in this pandemic, states on the West Coast issuing a travel advisory. Officials recommending a 14-day quarantine for all visitors traveling from out of state or internationally, and encouraging residents to stay local. The 7-day average now a staggering 71% higher than it was about 2 weeks ago.
I said if we did not get control of this, that we could reach 100,000 infections a day, and people thought I was being hyperbolic. And now look what's happening.
Across the country, an increasing number of COVID-19 patients overwhelming doctors and nurses. According to the COVID-19 Tracking Project, nearly a third of hospitals now saying their ICU beds are at 80% capacity.
Patients showing up every day with COVID or COVID-like symptoms.
CDC Director Robert Redfield telling an ABC News affiliate this.
This is a very serious threat. I don't think it's unlikely in the next week or two that we won't be having 1 million cases a week in this country.
The rapidly growing infection rate sending many cities and states into crisis mode.
It's really important not to underestimate this virus. The threat is really real.
And Faith Abube joins me live now for more on the national response to the growing COVID-19 emergency. Faith, good afternoon. You know, as we mentioned earlier, the Washington Post is reporting that more than 130 Secret Service members have reportedly tested positive for COVID and are isolating after being exposed to an infected colleague. How much do we know about that?
Well, Diane, ABC News has not confirmed these details, but the Washington Post is reporting that this raging virus has now sidelined about 10% of the Secret Service's core security team. And their anonymous sources were linking this in part to those large rallies we saw President Trump hosting in the lead up to the election last week. We know very few people in those crowds were wearing masks, and the president himself really hasn't been a fan of masks. He himself tested positive for the coronavirus, and several people in his orbit have also tested positive for the coronavirus. We know right now the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, is battling COVID-19, along with 2 political advisors to the president, Corey Lewandowski, along with David Bossie. So they're taking this as another example of just how relaxed and the relaxed attitude about this deadly pandemic around the president.
All right, Faith Abube in Washington for us. Thanks, Faith.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.